Om Sahana Vavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviram Tejasvinavadhikam Sumavitvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The Bhagavad Gita we saw yesterday is in the form of a samvada. What is samvada?
Dialogue.
What kind of dialogue?
Question answer.
Yeah. Special dialogue between the teacher and the student, which follows certain rules of engagement. And we will come to know of these rules as we study the Bhagavad Gita itself. It is the rules are made to keep us in a place of learning rather than demonstrating what we already know. Because that's very easy to do. Before anybody says anything, in India we have this is like some kind of karaoke.
Reverb.
Yeah? Very bit of echo. Oh, yeah. Now it is it audible? No. Yeah, I think okay. Yeah? No echo? Echo is there? I'll go a little further back. How is that now? Okay? Yeah. The samvada is to keep us in a place of shishyaship, shishyaship, because otherwise one is busy showing off.
That's all, no?
No, it's all. That is all.
You have a friend to help. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Oh, I'm confused. Om Bhagavaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata. Since there have been more than one introduction, we start with the shouting again. This time say it with great fervor so that you don't have to stop. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviram Tejasvinavadhikamastu Mavitvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Discipleship is a cultivated thing. It is cultivated. It is not, one is not born with it. One cultivates it, and this cultivation is brought about by the exigency of wanting to know this Vidya. The desperation, the urgency for the Vidya makes one mint oneself as a disciple. That is the reason. And then, otherwise, one is busy demonstrating all the time what one knows. Why should we demonstrate what we know? Because there is a insecurity centered on the self. So I don't know what they are thinking. So I should show them that I know. I should show them all the things that I know so that they don't think I'm ignorant or something like that. Some pressures will be there. And in fact, we see Arjuna give a whole chapter full of lecture. First chapter is Arjuna's lecture to Lord Krishna. So Krishna quietly listens and then shuts him up at the beginning of chapter 2. And this is important because from this we learn that there has to be the heart, the antakarana, has to be emptied of the notions, including the notion that I know, including the notion I'm the best disciple will ever have. Even that notion has to be got rid of. It's like a crowded house full of all kinds of things. In America, there is one show, television show, I forgot its name. I was sitting in the airport and then they were playing it near on the TV monitor near Karnashakji. Because it was all about these people who could not stop buying things, I guess, and they were not very tidy. And so they had their house filled with all kinds of things. All the rooms were full, and there was no place for them to live. And the third child was missing. No, I'm just joking. Okay? And they did not even know where the pets were. And so then they bring in this expert crew who throws everything out, sends them to a hotel, and then paints the house, cleans the house and everything. And then in 6 months comes for a checkup to make sure that they are keeping it clean and what holders. That's what it's holders. And so if the heart is like that, filled with all kinds of notions, ideas, pressures to perform, pressure to know, pressure to demonstrate all the things that I already know, then there is no room for the knowledge. So in such a house, if you get some kind of an antique furniture, wonderful, expensive antique furniture, first of all, it will not get through the door. There is no room. Even if by chance you were able to make some room for this antique piece of furniture, and you got it somehow inside the house, it is wasted. It will not be shown off properly. So in the same way, the cultivation of discipleship is important, and that is accomplished through samvada, through the practice, through the sadhana of samvada. Samvada is a sadhana. How to dialogue with the teacher is a sadhana. It helps in keeping the heart free of already filled up notions about the self, about the Jagat, about the Lord, about oneself, and about the teacher, about the Shastra, everything. And so the Sampada keeps one in a place of learning rather than saying, I already know. And that is important. Until the knowledge takes place, one is in that place of learning. And this is what is demonstrated by Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, especially after the first chapter when he understands what is happening. And he understands that there is no other way to gain this knowledge. One is dependent on the Shastra, and the Shastra in turn is dependent upon the teacher to speak. Shastra is dependent upon the teacher, one is dependent upon the Shastra, and so therefore there is no recourse, there is no other possibility but to get to a place of Shishyaness, Shishyahood, Shishyaship, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So then, the next thing that the Bhagavad Gita teaches us is to look at the Veda from two standpoints. Look at the Veda, not just Veda, Vedanta also, from two standpoints. What are these standpoints? These standpoints are very interesting because we can have the leaf. We have been talking about the leaf. Remember the leaf? What is the leaf? From Karma Kanda to Jnana Kanda, the leaf that Hanumanji took figuratively speaking. That is what Hanumanji's leaf symbolizes. Through Shraddha, I burn the bridges. I don't have anything there or anywhere. I just go to the knowledge. This is what is called Nivritti Marga. Nivritti Viveka. And in fact, there is a saying, Sanyasya Shravanam Turya. May one begin their Shravanam after taking sannyas. Very drastic it is. It's like, okay, nothing more. This is what it is. Because Shravanam after sannyasa is supposed to be very effective. Why? Because there's nothing to, one has already said goodbye to the world and one's roles in it. Mostly one's roles. Son, daughter, father, mother, spouse, then some possessions, house, bank balance, all these things one has relinquished ownership of. And so then the idea is that one is able to sit and listen because there are no distractions. But of course, for sannyasa one has to be ready. Sannyasastu mahabhavo dukkhama aptum ayogataha. Dukkham means? Dukkham means? Sorrow. Sannyasa is very difficult. And in fact, it can turn sorrowful if one is not ready for it. If one is not ready for it, then what to do? Don't study Vedanta. No. Don't study Vedanta. It's not possible. So, because I want the knowledge, and so they will say there is another lifestyle that has been beautiful lifestyle. Comes within what is called Pravritti Marga. So we have Nivritti Marga, giving up everything and then just going to the teacher and then succumbing to the knowledge, surrendering to the Pramana. And then what else? Then we have the Pravritti Marga. In fact, the first portion of the Veda is called Pravritti Marga because it is a Marga, a roadway of various means and ends. So many means, so many ends. And of course, I want all of them. When do I want it? Yesterday. Want all of them. Each and every one of them I want. But then I also want Vedanta. Then what to do? Therefore, a special lifestyle has been carved out even within the Pravritti Marga itself in order to study the Shastra while one is having other pursuits. Thank God. Thank God there is a way. Thank God I don't have to give up everything and then sit in orange. Thank God I don't have to do that. What a relief. Because there is a way. So Pravritti Marga generally means going after one's desires. And this is the practitioners of the first portion of the Veda are called Pravritti Marga people. But then the same things which are done by the Pravritti Marga people, namely prayer, puja, rituals, yajna, higher rituals, sadhanas, various sadhanas, upavasa, maunam, fasting. Always everybody is doing intermittent fasting. They got it from Veda itself. Veda itself. So, generally, the fasting is built into the person's life. So, on the day of on the day of the planet, governed by the planet, which is very weak in one's chart, one fasts for half the day. Let's say the Guru is weak, on Thursday you keep half a fast. Shukra is weak, on Friday you keep half a day. Then every other week fast, Ekadashi. Right? And then once a month, already on Amavasya day, some people fast, some people don't do. That is also. And then so like this, the intermittent fasting is already built in a sense. And then you don't eat anything before puja from the night before. So then, that's already, I think about 14 hours of fasting, 12 to 14 hours of fasting before one has the breakfast. And so this is all built into the lifestyle. So the puja, the upavasa, maunam. Maunam means what? Silence. Keeping of the silence as sadhana. Actually, that's not very difficult. What is more difficult is the goal of Maunam. What is the goal of Maunam? The goal of Maunam is not to keep quiet all the time. The goal of Maunam is Vak Tapas. Vak Tapas. Vak Tapas means what to say, what to talk, when to talk, how much to talk, and most importantly, what not to talk. And when not to talk. This is called Vak. Very, very difficult. It's easy to be either or. Either I keep talking or I put a board. In ashrams, people do that. They hang a board. I am in mountains. Once I met one person with a board like that, right here in this ashram. So I said, so how long have you been in mountains? Since yesterday. He spoke. So Maunam is a practice, but it is all for what purpose? To be able to have a say over the words. Words are like Srishta Vanavat. Srishta means released. Vana means what? Arrow. Like a released arrow. This person, what is that? Yagra Buddhya Srishtam Vanam. Yagra Buddhi means what? He thought he was in the forest. He heard some rustling in the woods. And he said, Tiger, Yagra. Yagra means tiger. He said tiger, and with that tiger buddhi, he released the arrow. But then he parted the trees just to make sure. And it was a poor, innocent cow with no interest in him at all. It was grazing by himself. And then he tried to recall the arrow. If he tried to recall the arrow, because now the tiger buddhi, Vyagra buddhi is replaced with Go buddhi. Go buddhi is not a buddhi that is going, okay? Yeah. Go in Sanskrit means cow. So now the Vyagra buddhi is the Vyagra, wrong knowledge, is replaced with the right knowledge. What is that? Cow buddhi. So will the arrow come back? Birds are like they go and they hit the target. Therefore, the prevention is the best measure. And so, Maunam, Vak, Tapas, all these things. This is all inbuilt into the Pravritti Marga because people have to live together. These are all ways of living together. How to stay in big extended families without Vak, Tapas, it will be possible. 30 people in one house in the ancient times. Uncles, aunts, cousins, grandma, all these people are there. And each one has their ego. Each one has their hierarchy in the society, in the family. Each one has their quirks. How to live very nicely. That we're all calling for Vak Tapas. It's the Veda teaches. Puja, Veda teaches. Yajna, Veda teaches. What to do, Veda teaches. Yani anavadyani karmani, tani sevitavyami, no itarani. Sanskrit no, English no, same. The U, no. Those actions that are prescribed by the Shastra, please do. Those actions not prescribed by the Shastra, please do not. Do not engage in them because they will be one's ruin, it is said. Then also there is, what are the Shastric actions? Kushala, Satya, Satyanna Pravaditavyam, Dharmanna Pravaditavyam, Kushalanna Pravaditavyam, Bhutyaina Pravaditavyam, Devaputrakaryaभ्यां प्रमदितव्यम् मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव. All these things. These are all excerpts from the valedictory speech by the Guru, the final graduation speech given by the Guru at the graduating ceremony of all the people graduating from Gurukula. As they are about to leave, the teacher gives these kinds of instructions. Napramaditavyam means may there be no laxity, may there be no indifference. Pramada, mistake, indifference. May there be no indifference. To what? To telling Satya Bhashanam, telling the truth. And then Satyanna Pramaditavyam. Satya is part of what? Dharma. Therefore, Dharmanna Pramaditavyam. Don't swerve from Dharma. Then Dharma is not very clear. It says don't do himsa. But then what? Somebody is having a heart attack or has stopped breathing. You have to do chest compressions. In the process, 2-3 ribs are broken. You have definitely committed himsa, but no papa accrues. Why? Because you saved the person's life. You did not want to break the person's ribs. You wanted to actually help. It was out of a desire for help. This is called kushala, meaning the ability to, because dharma is dynamic. Kushala means the ability to interpret this dharma in various situations for which there is no instruction booklet. Dharma is dynamic, it has to be interpreted. It will give some generalisms. Do not do himsa. So somebody is having difficulty breathing, is collapsing on the road. And then I read my Dharma book. Dharma Pramaditavyam, okay. I should just be like this, I should not do anything. Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. The biggest Dharma is non-injury. So therefore, if I do hard, my compressions, chest compressions, then if I do CPR, then some things will break. And so therefore, I'm going to go away. That's why this is inserted. After Dharma, it comes Kushalam Pramadita. Bhutyaina Pramadita. See, the various things are there. And Bhutis are there, so many Devatas are there. And then there are Devatas means the presiding deities of the trees, of the waters, everything, sun, moon, all of them. That Bhagavan in the form of the sun, moon, etc., all of them. I take care of the environment. All these things are there. These are all part of the pravritti mind. Now, these are all wonderful teachings. And these teachings are taken up by the people who are interested in punya. What will they do with the punya? Use it for the fuel for afterlife. To fuel the plane, the jet for afterlife. They want to go to Indra Loka. They want to go to Brahma Loka. They want to go to Sikri Loka. Then sitting in all these lokas, they will take selfie with the celestials and then they will come back. That's all. Because if the main reason why you have gone there has not been interrogated, definitely you will come back. There is no doubt about it. So the pravritti marga is followed by people who are punya hogs. They keep collecting punya holics because they really want more and more and more and more punya. And then after that punya, they want to take it to some other loka. Or they want to have they want to have a comfortable life here itself, or in the hereafter, or in the next janma. The next janma, because of all this punya, they have so much money, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to spend it. Many people are like that. And they don't know how to spend it. And so, this is one use of the pravritti. But then the pravritti marga can also be used for antahkarana shuddhi, for cleaning the heart, which is filled with all kinds of rubbish, wrong notions, wrong ideas, anger, fear, resentment, jealousy, pain, sorrow, anxiety, all this is the antahkarana. I have kept on hoarding these resentments and growing the special soil, special sunlight, exposing them to the right people who feel exactly like me. So the support group is gone. I am angry at the world. Me too. Okay, let's meet every Tuesday, 5 o'clock. Everybody is victimized. I once saw one cartoon. It said, it had balloons. There was an auditorium with chairs and a stage. And then there were balloons. And then there was glasses of water on the panel on the stage. And then the seats for the people. And then there was a board. Adult children of normal parents. First annual convention. room was empty. No speaker, no listeners. So that this way, nobody comes with a clean slate. Issues are there. And they are all filling up the uncomfortable. The eldest child always feels, I had to be the mother to all the siblings. How is this fair? I had to be so responsible. I had to take care of everybody. And the middle child feels, the eldest got everything. The youngest was, of course, pampered. I was neither here nor there. Or I had to mediate between people. So like this, and the youngest child also don't think it will feel wonderful. Youngest child says, I never got a new outfit. I was always wearing other people's clothes, hand-me-downs. Second hand, third hand, fourth hand. Never got to have anything new. Everybody has issues. Nobody is fair. And so what to do with these issues? If these issues are nurtured, pampered and watered, then sooner or later you will meet other people with similar issues. In a way, it's kind of nice. Oh, I'm so happy I'm not the only one. That's nice. That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. Then what happens? After a while, what happens? When you get together and you start to commiserate. Still nothing wrong. We are still in the level of healthy venting. But afterwards, if the venting is without an end, it starts to become rehearsing the pain. Not reversing it, rehearsing. And so that's why here it is said that there should be some room made in the. If you keep rehearsing the pain, what happens is that it goes deeper and deeper. It grows roots like a banyan tree. No banyan tree? It grows and the leaves become the roots, the branches become the roots, the branches start going downwards and become the new set of roots. And like that. That's why the banyan tree is likened to samsara, which keeps growing and growing and growing. It may start off as a small notion, but it keeps growing endlessly. Then, therefore, the pravritti marga, same things which the other people do for punya, this person also does, but with a different end in mind. This person, the person who wants to have this knowledge, is busy in the pravritti marga, but not for the sake of punya, not for the sake of bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment of various karma phalas, etc. Not for the sake of punya, not for the sake of bhoga, but for the sake of yoga. Karma is yoga, karma as yoga. This is the difference between the two kinds of people following the first portion of the Veda. So you see, for those not yet ready to take that leap, right here there is a lot of homework to do. Being in the world, one can purify the heart of strong preferences, strong prejudices, pain, fear, sorrow, etc. And how? How to do that? By doing what is needing to be done for the sake of growth, inner growth. We have two kinds of growth. Outer growth, you don't have to do anything. Suddenly you look into the mirror, grey hair. Suddenly another day you look into the mirror, wrinkle. And suddenly you get out of bed, everything goes, crack, pop, everything click, clack, all the joints. You don't have to do anything for that. This is called Shadvikaraha. The 6 modifications that happens in the scope of a life. What is the first one? Jayate is born. Then survives birth. Because in those days it was hard to survive birth. There were lots of, the medical thing is not so advanced. So many things, but before the first birthday, many children would perish. Sadly. Asti, second one, survives birth. Then Vardhate, grows up. Fourth one, Viparinamate. Parinama means blossoms, becomes capable of reproduction, grows up fully, reaches its full potential. Oh, all this is sounding so nice. Just wait. Apakshiyate. What is apakshiyate? Starts to decline. Dries out like a raisin. Yes, shrivels up, dries out. And the last one, Nam Satya. Vinashyati. Vinashyati, gone. These 6 things are universal for all jivas, animals, human beings, animals. In fact, in animals it is accelerated. That's why they say, what is that? 1 human year is equal to how many dog years? 7? Yeah. 7 years of the dog is equal, because it lives for a shorter, and its lifespan accelerates, all the changes accelerate the change. This kind of a growth, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to strive to grow, to get to come under these modifications. In fact, you have to run between Viparinamate and Apakshiyate. Lots of antioxidants are consumed to slow down the Apakshaya, to slow down the Kshaya. Lots of antioxidants are consumed. About 10 years ago, nobody knew what is this goji berry. Nobody even knew it existed. Grows in the Himalayas. Now it has been over-harvested. Why? Because everybody is importing it from the West. Acai berry, another one. Goji berry, all these antioxidants. And so, you don't have to do anything to undergo these 6 modifications. But it is not enough for a human being to undergo the natural process of growth. It's not enough. For animals, yes. As long as a cow is allowed to live and it doesn't end up between 2 slices of bread, it's happy. It is okay. It's allowed to have a baby and then take care of its baby. Then it grows old, like the cows in the Kathopishan. One grew and eaten all the grass allotted, last blade of grass allotted to them by Bhagavan. They could not eat anymore. Irindriyaha could not smell, could not do anything, toothless, senseless cows with no sense organs there. Dugdhadohaha means those who had already given the last drop of milk allotted to them by their karma. So until then, they live, they die away naturally. That is the life cycle of the cow. It does not have any other desires. It may say, okay, I'm going to graze in that pasture, there are a few more daisies. It's a different thing. More flowers are small desire here and there. But for the human being, it's almost like nature, Prakriti, gave her all uninhibited awareness. As a human being, uninhibited awareness. We also have awareness, but it is finite. It is enough to see one's own species and then save oneself from predators. It's enough to recognize one's own species. Why to recognize one's own species? So that when the species can continue, reproduction can take place. Why to recognize predators? So that I'm not annihilated, I can run away. That's enough. That much is the awareness. Hunger awareness is there, thirst awareness is there, danger awareness is there. That's it. That's all they need to lead their life. These 6 vikaras, these 6 modifications, the 6-fold modifications, Bhagavan given life, this is how it is. It is more or less a programmed life. That's why if a donkey picks a sadhu, you see, you walking here, you meet some donkeys near the Ganga, the donkey picks the sadhu, do not blame the donkey. You question the sanity of the sadhu stood behind the donkey. What happened to you? Why are you standing behind the donkey? The donkey will kick. Donkey has the freedom to kick, but it does not have the freedom to not kick. This is very important. It does not have that discernment. Whereas you, the human being, has that discernment. When to do, how to do, what should I not do, that is there. Listen to one that this is the main thing that is Viveka and the ability to follow dharma, the freedom to not hurt somebody, the freedom to not kick, the freedom to follow dharma. This is what distinguishes the human being. If you sit the dog and say, I'm going to give you a lesson on dharma, you'll walk away. Unless another dog biscuit will come. People keep telling me, oh, my dog, Swamiji, my dog is taking your online classes. Dog is not taking the YouTube classes, okay? It is sitting here because you are sitting. The moment you get up and go, it will also get up. And besides, you need the classes, not the dog. The dog is free, mukta. It is just has what is called bhoga sharira. A body where only it is exhausting karma. It is not gathering new karma. Why? There is no free will. Only when there is free will, it can gather karma. In the absence of a free will, no karma is gathered. No karma is gathered in the absence of free will. And so therefore what? Therefore we have to see that this is the teaching here is that for the human being, another kind of growth is very much needed, just like food and water are needed, with that kind of urgency. Human being is not even relatively satisfied to just go through these 6 modifications and then die away like that. What is this that the human being needs? What is it that the human being wants? Something more to achieve, to contribute, something about the talent, something there, the potential to contribute giving, the potential to grow, to initiate a program of inner growth for myself. That freedom I have. And without this inner growth, happiness is not possible, no matter what comes. Therefore, you can either use the Prakriti Marga, the first portion of the Veda, to consume more and more, to gather punya, and to do all kinds of, to do all kinds of enjoyments in the here and the hereafter, or you can use this for what? For inner growth. This is called karma. This is exactly what is karma. Karma Yoga is a program of inner growth provided by the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita. In the Upanishads, in the Ishavasya Upanishad, we hear of this delineation between the pravritti and the nivritti margas very, very clearly. Ishavasya sarvam yatkinchit jagat jagadu tena tyaktena bhunjitha mavritakasya svidhanam nivritti marga. Tena tyaktena bhunjitha. Bhunjitha means enjoy, but here it means protect. Protect the self by giving up everything. Because otherwise, the Atma it has no buried under the holding of all kinds of issues and things and people, and it's crowded. The Atma disappears. Not that it disappears, it has not disappears because they're not really paying attention to this knowledge. So protect the self. The best way to protect the self is how? Give up everything. Burn the boats, burn the bridges. No monthly stipend, nothing. Just you and the sky. That's all it is. This is the Nivritti Marga described in the Ishavasya. One more Marga is there. The very next line says, Kurvan viveha karma aniti vishet chatam samaaha. Karmani kurvan. Keep on doing the jobs. Whatever your work in life is, keep on doing it, but with a twist. Not for the sake of reaping some benefit out of it. The only benefit that you want is inner growth. That's all that you want. This is karma. Same prayers continue. Puja continues. Seva continues. The giving continues. What the Pravritti Marga people are doing, everybody else is also doing. But they are doing it for the sake of growth. Why not just go to Nivritti Marga? Because there is fear. There is fear. How will I survive? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen to my loved ones? What should I do? And what if that doesn't work out? Can I get my day job back? How to do this? Fear is there. Readiness is not there. Raga, dveshas crowd the head and wreak havoc on the thoughts. So the safest thing to do is to continue to do what you're doing. Plus there are so many desires. That's also another important. So many desires are there. I have yet to go abroad. I have yet to see certain sights. I have yet to accomplish this. I have yet to marry and see what that is like. And I have yet to have children. They are yet to grow up. I am yet to have grandchildren. I want all these because there is a reason why everybody else is having them. They seem to be happy. I also want marriage happiness, job happiness, children happiness, grandchildren happiness, dream house building happiness, holiday happiness. All these happinesses I want. Why should I not have? Little bit of samsara, little bit of bhakti, little bit both of them. And everybody says, oh, you should lead a balanced life. And the family members get very nervous if you go to more than one Bhagavad Gita class a week. They say, oh MG, what is happening? What's wrong? Why? Somebody asked one of my students, they asked, you seem to have such a nice husband, had two wonderful sons. Why are you studying the Bhagavad Gita? There is this feeling that the Bhagavad Gita is for sad people.
Yes.
Makes no sense at all. This is the general view of the public. Once I was asked to introduce a Swami in the States. I didn't know the Swami, but that Swami was coming to my town where I was staying. So I said, sure, I'll introduce the Swami. It'll be nice to meet him. What is his name? And the American lady on the phone said, Sadananda. And I said, I'm sure his name is not Sadananda. Sadananda became Sadananda. So it's not, it is not, Bhagavad Gita is not for everybody to become a Sadananda afterwards. Not for that at all. In fact, if you're not relatively cheerful, relatively introspective, the Bhagavad Gita will not speak to you. It's not for sad people. But that is the feeling. And one has hooked into those feelings. Those feelings don't belong to you. You want to study. You want to go on this life. You badly want it for many, many lifetimes and you have recognized it. But those feelings are like Velcro. You sometimes other people's feelings, you internalize. You get hooked. And that's why the transition, the complete and drastic transition is not possible. So therefore, what is the advice? The advice by the Upanishad and the Bhagavad Gita is to take it gradually. What's the harm? No problem. Fulfill your lists. Fulfill your all kinds of lists. You want to get married? Get married. No problem. But marriage is for the sake of yoga, not good. This is the difference. This is what I was saying the other day. Outgrowing the need for the marriage. That is what it is. Outgrowing doesn't mean that there is no love between the people. Yes, there is great love. Love may be there. Companionship is there. But you don't need the person in the same way as before. You're not insecure. You're a secure human being. One entered into the marriage insecure, limited, finite. But losing the marriage for self-growth, one came out of it feeling much more secure, much more ready for this knowledge. This is the difference. So job is also yoga. Job can be converted into yoga. Yes, you welcome the paycheck. How else are you going to pay the bills? You welcome the paycheck, you welcome the promotion, you do your best. Then what? Then you leave the rest. That is it. You use it for your growth. So whether the job goes or is there or is not there, it is just, it has done, if the job has done its job, it has helped you grow and face certain situations and helped you clean out the raga dveshas from within. Children make you grow faster, make you ready for moksha in a second. How? Why? They press the buttons you never even knew you had. All the buttons you never thought you had, they will press. They will press to make you depressed after a time. And then, what will happen? When you start studying the Bhagavad Gita, they will talk about that also. Because now they are teenagers. See, 3 years you will be studying the Bhagavad Gita, you are still getting angry. They will say very unhelpful. This way they spur your growth, they send you closer and closer to Bhagavan. There, while alive. So it is yoga. If you use it as yoga, that is how it is. You don't get caught up in it. Marriage again is not an easy thing, especially in India. You don't marry a person in India, you marry the entire village. You're married to the whole village. So many egos. You have to adjust, both the man and the woman. You have to adjust. You have to accommodate. Like Puji Swami used to say, you have to accommodate the person who says 2 plus 2 is 7 just because they are your brother-in-law. You accommodate not the belief, but the person. Crazy people are there in every family. And they happen to be the eldest. You have to count out crazy people, demented people, demanding people, everything. And here, Swami Sakshat Swamiji, in the morning, what was he talking about? The annihilation of the Ahankara. Let's get married. Ahankara will naturally annihilate from the standpoint of yoga. Get married is enough. If marriage gives vairagya, it will instantaneously, if not instantaneously, after a few years. Vairagya sometimes from the marriage. It gives vairagya. It gives viveka. I don't think I'm going to do this again. That is the viveka. Once is enough. That is the viveka. It gives viveka means discriminate. It gives vairagya. It gives shama. Shama means the resolved, quietened mind. Quietened mind because half the time you can't say anything. If you say you are misunderstood. So you stop talking more or less. So the mind also gets quiet. When the vak gets quiet, the mind also gets quiet. Then Dhamaka. Dhamma is of course there. Dhamma means I feel like boxing the other person. Right. Instead, I put my hands in the Swami Vivekananda pose. And I keep them to myself. I don't hit the person. I don't go like this, make a strangling motion with my hands. Come on. See, it has come even in living in the family. It comes. Uparati, letting go of the small stuff, that also comes. Uparati comes because the other person is very, 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 very particular. The other person or persons go into anger. So you say, let it go, let it go. Because you start to value your peace of mind rather than the ability to win over an argument. You value more your peace of mind. And so you let it go. Uparati, check, accomplished. And what else is there? Shraddha, yes. Bhagavan must have a purpose for all this. Shraddha. Something I must be getting out of all this. Shraddha. Even living in the family, I must be growing. Shraddha. And samadhanam, single-minded focus. That also comes. The ability to focus on a task until it is complete. Every parent has to do that. If you miss one thing, finished. You have to feed the whole family, you have to plan the meals, especially if it's a working parent, working mother, working father. You have to plan all the meals, you have to decide what is happening, you have to keep the children's clothes clean, you have to iron your own clothes, you have to do all kinds of things. It is samadhanam, focus on what needs to be accomplished. Then all this leads to mumukshutva. Mumukshutva means the desire to be free of all of them, not from the relationship. Freedom in the relationship. A very big difference. Freedom from the relationship you can get easily, you can leave and go. Then what? You meet another person who is just like the person before. So it is not freedom from the relationship. In Karma Yoga, it is being free while in the relationship. This is the qualification called mumukshutvam. All the qualification comes. Even while studying in the family, even while attending the classes. And nowadays, thanks to the Corona virus, everything has gone online. Everything is online. all the Swamis come to your living room and you can zoom them in and study, continue to study. And so, for those who don't want this kind of a drastic jump, this slow growth, the slow process of growth and preparation for this knowledge is also a valid way that is described in the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita. More we'll see.
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ